Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
Hi, sir. Who are you?
I'm kind of hype. I try to fix my studio, and I want to see how this shit sounds. So this is take one. But two-step with me. You know what I'm saying? It's that shit you two-step to.
Come again?
At the barbecues and shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas eat that barbecue chicken and shit with the Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? But we playing real quick. It's just a little tape. Woo! Alright. Yes indeed, the microphone fiend back once again, and I show up clean. And high five, yeah, we the motherfucking team. Ha, yeah, but kick it again and kick it won't.
So as it continues, long-awaited episode 4 of the Mike Cook Guys podcast. Some wondering what's been going on within the past month or so since the last episode. Well, for starters, I got in a car wreck, got hit from behind at a complete stop, leaving for work to go to the other job, and then only to get hit really hard in the back. So that wasn't too fun. The car got totaled, but I ended up getting a new one, and it's a lot better. Although I missed the Mountaineer, we now have the Silver Bullet. So, moving on, how's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. First, I'd like to mention one of our many plugins for this episode, because this episode will get pretty much long-winded because I have a lot to get off my chest as usual. But anyone, summertime, first thing that comes to mind, you want to lose weight, you want to tone up, you want to get rid of that excess fat, and also dimples. I hate to say it. I call it dimples, you call it cellulite. It's much nicer that way. Where I work at in Gainesville, I have a coworker who is a distributor for It Works. And what it does is it has wraps. They do cleansing. They do, digestive alternatives that will help you lose weight in so many ways. That's unimaginable. I've seen her testimonies. I've seen her actual work. I've even seen her personal photos of how she started using it and then what happens afterwards within time of the transition. So it's legit. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a coworker and she's a hot mom, but it's legit results. Check out her website. It's It Works. Her name is Ellie. I call her Liz or Elizabeth, but she likes to be referred to as Ellie. At the end of this podcast, go to the description and it will have the website link and everything to check out. Go do it, and if you do mention it to her, you'd have a chance to get 10% off of the Mike Cook Guys t-shirts that's going on. So that's a deal on top of it, because I've noticed people are starting to buy the Mike Cook Guys t-shirt that recently got re-released, but they kind of complain about the price. Understandable, but what do you expect? It's a custom-made shirt. So, with that being said, contact her. Get an invoice. It's worth it. Summertime's here. It's time to get sexy. She can make it work. Moving on. One of numerous topics that will be going on tonight. One of them is that I noticed that there's a lot of single moms going on in the world. They're trying to get back into dating, or they're trying to find the right guy for them and their kids. Now, by saying that, you have to be more specific. Are they finding a guy just to support her and the kids, or are they going to find someone who loves them and cares for them and will do all the above? But you also got to look at it like this. You got to feel the same way, women, about them. You can't just look at a man as a meal ticket these days, although that is how society labels it. So my question is, because it was mentioned in the conversation twice this past week as a topic, are women with kids, aka single moms, considered damaged goods? There's pros and cons to that topic. Some would say yes, some would say no. I'm going to give you my opinion from personal experience, dating at least 3 women who had kids. there is pros and cons. The pros are you have a woman who pretty much knows what she wants. She's all about her kids, very supportive. Very loving and all that. And as long as her kids love you, then you're okay. Because you're filling in that void. Because dating a woman that has kids, you're not just being that guy that's trying to have a relationship or a one night stand or a few, bump and grinds and call it a night. No. You pretty much add about 10 more years of maturity to whatever age you are now. Because you are playing not only super boyfriend, but you're playing super stepdad from experience. I mean, there have been moments where, pick the kids up from school, take them to school, stuff like that. You're there for the school lunch and you're there for, recitals and stuff like that. I've been there and I've done it. Now, the cons, if you're a selfish guy in terms of attention, like me, I'll admit it. Well, I take that back. Not like how I used to be. I was worse. Now I grew out of it. If you're a guy that's selfish for the woman's attention, like, hey baby, you don't have time for us, or when we're going to make time for us, that is going to happen. You're also going to have moments where she's going to use having kids as an excuse of not wanting to do anything. Like, I don't want to do this because I'm tired because I got the kids and all that, or I've been taking care of the kids and everything. It can be frustrating, but you have to learn to make adjustments for that. Because at this point, once she gets comfortable in the relationship, everything that you want to do with her, you have to do with the kids. That's just how it is. But there are women out there that it is worth putting the effort in. There's one female that I do know, and I guess it's a prime example of things happen for a reason. I'm not going to say her name, but I think once people listen to this podcast, they'll kind of understand who this person is. Maybe. She's a single mother with 3 kids. She's busting her ass trying to be super mom and super co-worker and all that. You have some women that use that as a crutch to get child support for their man and not work at all and get welfare and stuff like that and food stamps. This woman, I don't think so. I think she, from what I've met of her, I don't see what would not make a man want to go above and beyond in terms of wanting to help her and treat her right and treat her kids good and all that. But I remember seeing her, I want to say the first time September, October-ish, and it was at my old job, and when I first saw her, I was like amazed by how she looked. I just thought she was like the most beautiful woman I ever seen. So then it was November. They had like a school, it was like a school Thanksgiving lunch. I ended up going. I went to go as a volunteer. I'll just say that. And I saw her, and her daughter already knew because of, that's part of my job working in a school. You meet everybody. But I ended up meeting her, and I just I don't know why, I just had the courage to approach her. And most women, I don't do that. Believe it or not, I'm a shy guy. I'm one of those type of guys where things happen by chance. So, told her who I was, approached her, talked to her. Then right at the end of the month, we started talking, started messaging. Ended up becoming good friends. I like to say she still is a good friend. A woman that I heavily admire, but at the same time, I also know because of how beautiful she is and her standards, I know that a guy like me, no matter how much I'll make it in life, does not have a chance with her. That's just reality. You do have women in this world that maybe it's because it's not the image of what I am to women. You put the effort in, you try to be real romantic. You know, you leave messages on how much you care about them. They don't respond. Not saying this person doesn't, I'm just saying women in general. But then you have that guy who, you know, is like super hot looking and good looking, and he sends the same messages. You get the reply, they love it. So it kind of sucks for a guy like me, who gets overlooked by wanting to love and be loved. That's reality, I suppose. But that's just how it is. And you kind of wish that stuff like that was never happened. Like the other day, I was at a restaurant to get something to eat, and I'm just like waiting and waiting just to get ordered on. And it was like two servers. One server was like obviously busy, but this one was not, because she was busy talking to this one guy who was pretty much a Rico Suave looking motherfucker, and pretty much gave all his attention to him. I'm waiting like 20 damn minutes for just a refill, while this guy is like every 3 to 5 minutes. She's like, "Can I help you with anything? Can I do this? Can I do that? Do you need this? And he's like using his little accent, like, you know, "Yes, I'm okay, mamacita," and stuff like that, you know? It's kind of annoying. And the whole time she ended up like I said, just going back and forth just to get his attention and all that. But you know what happened? When he left, he didn't leave a tip. He left nothing at all. Then all of a sudden, she wanted to come to my table and help me out. "Oh, is there anything that you needed, sir?" So I replied with, there was numerous things that I needed, but it didn't happen. So she kind of like gave this disappointed look afterwards. And of course, I didn't leave a tip because of it. It sucks. But anywho, back on topic. As for guys thinking that single moms are damaged goods, they're considered damaged goods and I'm just going based on what everybody else says. All they're looking for is someone to take care of them and the kids, and they don't even care about them. I've seen some single moms who end up dating a guy, and while they're dating him, they're cheating on them at the same time. And that kind of sucks. It sucks a lot. It kind of gives that stereotype of one ruins it for all. And it does. Shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way at all. Now, on that note, speaking of restaurants, I just want to drop another plug in. Usually when I'm at work at Casual Mel XL, 2 doors down, there's a place I like to go to get something to eat. Bento Sushi and Roll Cafe, owned by Mama and Daddy Bento. Good, legit Japanese style sushi. They're from Japan. It's the best sushi I ever tasted. And trust me, y'all know how I am with Japanese food. They do it all. They do the bento boxes. They do the sushi specials. They do handmade, homemade appetizers and everything. It is amazing. It's on Worth Avenue in Woodbridge, Virginia. For anyone who's in that area, stop by and check it out. Tell them Big Mike from Casual Mail sent you there. She might take care of you. You never know. But Mama Bento, best in the world. Gore ga ichiban ne. Alright, we're back on subject, which leads me to the next part of my topic that kind of gets on my nerves. The good guys who are treated bad in relationships with single mothers. The one thing that kind of gets on my nerves when women do it is they end up telling them, well, you don't know what it's like being a single mother, working and taking care of kids, and so on and so on and so on. And you're right. I don't know what that's like. I can't imagine to know what it's like, but I've experienced part of it in terms of helping. But that gives you, the person, no right to judge me and put me down because of it, because I wasn't the person who put you in that position. I'm not the one who got you pregnant. I'm not the one who left you with the kids. I was always taught that a man should take care of his family. That's what my father always told me. Two of my best friends, my closest friends, both of them are fathers. One of them is a single father. At the end of the day, no matter what they do, no matter what people say about them, can't nobody take away that they're bad fathers. There's mothers that are the same way that I'm friends with. They don't make excuses. They don't throw it in people's faces. They do what they do. They bust their ass. They hustle just to make sure there's food on the table and clothes on the kids' backs. Those people I can respect. But not the ones that use that as a crutch just to, throw it in people's faces for pity. Like you don't know what it's like. Like you're getting mad at them for it. They're not the one who caused it. If anyone, they're the ones who's trying to mediate and be part of your life just to do that. How many people you know wants to do that? There's not too many in my generation that would step up and do it. In the current generation that's going on, it's going to be even worse. It's not going to last. Which is probably one of the reasons why I like dating older women, because I know they'll make it last. Women in my generation and going forward, it's not going to last. It doesn't last because they follow more with society than what they feel inside. I'm sure a lot of you are offended just from hearing that part. But as always, none of you think I'm lying when I speak my mind, which is the truth. I'm not going to lie to people who are true to me. But it does get annoying. Especially if you try to be positive about it and look at the end of the light. And another thing that gets on my nerves too. If I'm interested in you, and I'm a guy who wants to be with you, I don't want to hear about all the stuff that your ex has done for you. Or what they did, in terms of helping and take care of you. That's why he's an ex for a reason. If you missed that, you should have stayed with him. Because guys like me don't want to hear it. Whenever we're the ones who are thinking about you, we want to be with you, We want to do what it takes. We want to better ourselves, not just for us, but for those type of people. And I think that kind of hits a raw nerve at times. Prime example is this past Monday. It hit a raw nerve with me. Stuff like that going on. Someone mentioned in a message about a certain ex, who I'm not going to go there, but her name starts with an A and ends with an O. But we like to refer to her as Assholio. So, once again, mentioning stuff about that, what she's doing. I don't care what she's doing. But I think that person wanted to send me that message just to see what my reaction would be. And they did a good job for those few moments. For that whole day, to be exact. Because every disappointing moment that was happening that day, that wasn't going my way, that was sticking in the back of my head and it was pissing me off. That's a prime example of the cons of dating a woman with kids. Because you get attached. You enjoy her and the kids. You're already thinking about plotting a future. Not just a future that benefits you, but benefits them. Especially if you're a young guy. Because let's face it, all young men are selfish. But you're also setting aside things that interest you to benefit them. You're putting your everyday life away and putting it to them. There's very few guys in this world, and there's very few women in the world for those who date single fathers. There's very few that will put up with the bullshit such as that. After a while, you get tired of it. It gets annoying. Let's just face it. But you know what? In the end, they end up missing out. They missed out on somebody good. They missed out on a good opportunity. Kind of hits home for a moment, didn't it? For some of you people who've experienced it. I know I'm not the only one. And I know a lot of people, after listening to this podcast, will end up mentioning to me, hey, I've been there before. I didn't know that you was going through stuff like that as well. Everybody makes sacrifices. But at the same time, why make sacrifices for people who put 0% effort when you put in 100%? Think about that. It makes you wonder. This may be kind of a short episode, but it was just more like a quick rant or vent, just so I can speak my mind on that topic. For any responses, any replies, click on the comments button, post your reply, post any feedback. I don't care if it's on my Twitter page, Instagram, Facebook, the fan page. I don't care. And also check out our sponsors. If you're in the Woodbridge area, check out Bento. For anyone worldwide, or nationwide in that case, who wants to better their bodies, check out Ellie. Her information's under the description. I wouldn't promote it if it wasn't legit. Right now, as I'm doing this podcast, she's doing a session right now helping people out with raps. And mind you, Even though she's in a relationship, she's not married. She's in that category of single moms. But she works. And I'm sure there's many moms like her right now who are doing the same thing. Working, putting the work in, making no excuses. And I'm sure the guy that she's with is pretty much someone who cares and appreciates what she does. That's part of that rare percentage that's going on that people don't notice. Or some of y'all are too stupid to overlook because you're going after a guy based on your interests. Let's face it. If it's not a guy with a fat wallet, packing a whole lot in the bottom, and looks super, super handsome, you think you're gonna give guys like me a chance? Obviously not. But you know what? It's all good. So, this is Mike Cook signing off to the Mike Cook Guys Network. Episode 4, Season 2. Season 5 will be coming soon, I promise you. I know I've been putting off, but I'm also a hard-working guy. 2 jobs and a full-time student, and I try to make time for everybody. Also, my t-shirts are out. I'm hustling too. Anybody who want one, support me. Because there's many times I've supported some of you guys. Say it nice, return the favor. Thanks for listening.
Let me get on mine. Keep Sweat, Dave Hollister, Jaheim Flow, even Dino Jones. Look, I'm about to go. Let's go. I said, baby, why you messing with them boys round there? Huh? Tell me why? Cause I don't know. They bum me, they ain't really nice. They ain't really nice. I don't know what I'm saying. Alright, y'all. I hope y'all getting ready. Cause it's about to be the main event. Here we go. Get 'em, Haley. Show 'em how you do. Kick that flow for them niggas know.